I'd like to see a footpath put through here rather than see these lovely trees moved or destroyed. And this is my proposed path for the footpath. So we're starting up here where the normal footpath is. That's Wynnum Road. That's the Bowls Club. So this hedge would remain if we decided to have the footpath on the inside of the path. These lovely palm trees that you can see that are in danger of being moved, they would also get to stay. So I'm just going to walk in a straight line along the path. You get to see all the lovely trees that are in danger. There's a lot more to see in the park, but oh, there's the pink lines. That's some of the park design on those pink lines. I don't know if they're very clear, but anyway, we're walking along the footpath. Proposed footpath site so that the trees weren't destroyed. You can see that it's a very straight path. So far there's not a single problem with having a path through the park rather than taking trees out of the park. There's a bit of a obstacle here, which is the that lovely little seated area where we might just go round here. Okay, and now this is the 100-year-old tree. It's protected by law, and there's markings all around it, so even BCC can't do anything to that one, thank goodness. And as you can see, the footpath could easily go between the trees. And this is the War Memorial. We had the footpath on the inside of the park. That lovely War Memorial wouldn't be moved either. All those absolutely gorgeous trees along here wouldn't have to be disturbed in any way. We've got this flagpole here, but basically it's a straight line through the park with zero destruction of trees. If the footpath were to be put, oh, we've got a little bit of hedge coming up here, but compared to losing all that hedge along the front perimeter of the park, I think we could deal with this little bit of hedge. And we're now coming up to, and see, even that little tree would be safe. We're coming back up to the hedge, so I might have to go around for the sake of the video, but you understand that the path would go through that hedge, but it would not go past that palm tree. Okay, so here we are continuing on the path, so there would be a bit of a bend in the footpath. So, but I mean, that's normal. You get traffic islands and that, so you're still not disturbing any trees whatsoever, including these big heritage trees. And you know, when you look at that fence, they're the 380-year-old trees that are going to be moved. That's the 100-year-old kauri pine with its root system. You can see that BCC's made a demarcation in the line there, so the footpath will continue along through here, which I think would be nice to have a footpath that people were walking through that wasn't too close to the road. Oh, oops. And here we have it. A completely destroyed 1890s heritage house. Oh, and a very useful block of flats that could have been provided accommodation for a lot of people, perhaps lower income accommodation, maybe that's why they didn't like it. But obviously this is all going, so I can't see why the footpath can't go through here. Obviously I can't go any further because that's going on to BCC acquired property. It was a bit of a shame losing a beautiful heritage house like the one we did, but you see there's a couple of trees up there still left. There's some palm trees up there that at least wouldn't have to be moved, could be part of the little garden in between the footpath and the road. The trees, now let's go up and have a look and see. There's some beautiful stuff down there in this park. It's an amazing 1890s park. I really don't want to see it destroyed in any way. I don't want to see it changed in any way, but it's pretty obvious that this is happening. So we're trying to think of a way of keeping the trees to protect the park and protect the animals inside the park. So we're now going up, as you can see, the three heritage trees. There's always a pathway between one and two of the other ones, which leads out onto Lytton Road. You can see 71 Lytton Road, and you can also see the markings we've got on the road. There's no kidding ourselves here. The 6-lane highway is being mapped out. So if we could just go out to where the footpath would end. So it's a bit hard. This is about 1 lane and they need another lane. So there's still room for 6 lanes along here without moving this lovely little building, which we have no idea how many days its days are numbered, so to speak. Nice palms. This one is a little 1890s industrial building. It'd be lovely if they just moved it for us and made it into a community centre, but I'm not worried about that at the moment. My footpath plan can go ahead regardless of what they do, because let's have a look over here. When you come down to Esgrove Street, and this is the other side of the other side of the block of flats. Oh, isn't that nice? Monstera plants too, and some nice trees along here that sad to see them go, and those ones are going to go too. So what we could do is put the footpath through behind. There's an entrance, there's a pathway, so we could even have the footpath coming through here, because as you can see it's already a designated pathway anyway, and it'd go straight through from the park, no problems, and then you're back on normal footpath. Well, heaven knows what's happening to this street. But it'd be safer for the pedestrians crossing the road down here rather than further up where it's a bit more dangerous. And, you know, I mean, the footpath goes through the dot dash building. Well, you know, the footpath's going through almost 40 buildings on Lytton Road. So all we're trying to do is save a few trees. And coming up here, we've just got another building. It's an office block that's going to be destroyed. Evidently these palm trees are, because they're worth so much money, are going to be shipped off somewhere else. So let's hope they have a happy life in the future, because there's an awful lot of trees that have been destroyed in this park.